Hello everyone, and welcome back to Superflat Hardcore. My name is Small Cats, and we are standing here in front of our little bitty, teeny tiny sugarcane farm that we built last episode. The sugarcane farm is working really well. We have about 4 stacks of sugarcane in the storage system from it, and I've taken a couple of stacks out to make rockets with, etc., but it's really just not fast enough. So we're going to do a quick little time lapse and basically tile this farm and make it a little bit better. Alright, so after that very quick time lapse, our new sugarcane farm is done. So about halfway through, I ended up deciding that I should just double the size of what I'd had planned. So this is 4 8-long sections of sugarcane. So hopefully we're going to get quadruple our initial rates. It's going to have to run. There's only 3 stacks in there because I obviously took some in order to grow more sugarcane. I had to plant it. But this should be better. Both of the minecart tracks are feeding into this single double chest. Honestly, I don't think we're going to need that much sugarcane, but having more is probably better, especially considering I've been using my elytra and rockets for now in order to get myself moving. Alright, so now that we have our sugarcane farm done, there's a few other things I want to do. I talked last episode about adding some greenery on the outside, not the underside of our very ugly from underneath terrain, and I've started gathering some materials to build some custom trees. So we are basically going to do that. I need to harvest a ton of azalea leaves, although not the flowering azalea kind, which kind of makes things a little bit tricky. So I'm going to sit here and chop a bunch of leaves and then do a lovely tree building time lapse. Okay, so we are done gathering all of our materials, and we can now take these up to the front side of our terraforming. I think one of our first trees is going to go right here. So basically, what we're going to do, and I have to craft one because I don't have, we're going to get a wooden axe. When we look at our axe, we see in the bottom if we have schematic placement. I press M. We're going to go to load schematics. We're going to do Superflat Tree 1. Okay, so, there he is. So this is Lightmatica. This is an amazing tool. What Lightmatica does, basically, is it creates a 3D graphic in the world representing what viz you want to build. So using Lightmatica, we're basically going to put all of these cool things here, and it tells us how many items we need, their general placement, and kind of gives you an idea of like what something's going to look like before you build it. Now we're going to change a little bit where we put this, but this just gives us an idea of, if we put this tree here, that's what it looks like. The other cool thing with Lightmatica is we can actually change the orientation. So if I wanted this to rotate, I think we have to go in here. I always forget which keys do what. Area editor. Nope, that's not it. Ah, yeah, schematic placements. We can rotate this like that. So we've rotated that around. And now we kind of see if, if we place the tree there, that's what it would look like. So this is going to make it so that we can actually kind of just visualize what our trees will look like before we place them, and give us a way to decide which ones we like the best and which orientation we like the best. I actually really like the way this tree is sitting. My only thing is I think it feels too tall for this space. So I think I'm actually going to move it up here to this flat area and see what I think of it. So I'll walk up here. The other cool thing about Lightmatica is that it lets you set a specific tool as basically your Lightmatica. So right now, my Lightmatica tool is a wooden axe because I'll basically never use that in normal Minecraft. Right. So there's our tree placed. And then using our free cam, we can go out and see, oh, that's what that looks like. Now, actually having seen this like that, I don't like the orientation of this tree. It doesn't really make sense for the terrain for it to be leaning this way. I think it would make more sense to change the orientation and twist it so that this curve is what you see head on looking at this. So we're going to go into the configuration menu. We're going to rotate it around. Okay. And then I'm basically right clicking to scoot this forward. And we can see our tree. I really like that. I think that looks really good. So I have 4 different trees that I've designed using creative mode and have loaded into Lightmatica. So we're just going to pepper them all over this landscape and kind of bring things to life with some vegetation. I am so happy with how this came out. Our trees look beautiful. The whole area feels so alive. It's not quite as sad and barren as it was before with no greenery. it just looks so much better. I'm really, really happy with this. So we used mostly the trees that I designed in creative mode, as well as we built a couple custom ones up here on top of the terrain where our villager coliseum is. So we built these beautiful big custom trees, these two here, because I felt like the ones I had built in creative were just a little bit too small. The other thing I did is I went through and I changed up the pathing a little bit. I kind of went for like a brown path. I wanted to make it look like it was well traveled up here. You know, like people were frequently walking on it in order to get up and down the stairs into the Colosseum. So I changed that up. And overall, I'm really, really, really happy with how this came out. I think the trees suit the landscape really well, and it's definitely helping to just bring the whole area together as an actual landscape and not just a pile of cobblestone. All right, everybody, so there's one more thing I want to do today before we call it a day, and that is I want to get beacon, which is actually terrifying. The nether is terrifying, wither skeletons are terrifying, all of this is terrifying. But I've got a shield, I've got my gear, I've got a bunch of potions of healing, I've got food, so we're gonna head over to the nether fortress that's right over here, and bonk a couple of wither skellies, and we're gonna see if we can get some skulls. Don't look at the enderman. Do not look at enderman. Oh, here's one, here's one. Let's get him. Hello. Oh, this is gonna take a long time. Hello. Skull? No. So I kind of gave up at our other fortress because it was not getting good spawns. It was kind of set into the ground. There were too many zombie piglin. I've been flying around. I just got hot tourist destination because I just found the Soul Sand Valley. If we can find a fortress actually in the Soul Sand Valley, that would be really good for us. Because Soul Sand Valleys spawn more skeletons, which means they spawn more wither skeletons. So we're gonna fly around here. Hopefully we get lucky. Alright, so we're way out in the middle of nowhere in the nether. I keep finding basalt deltas and pretty much everything but fortresses. As you can see, my game's lagging a little bit because we're loading a lot of chunks. Not my favorite. I'm not a big fan of lagging while I'm flying around in hardcore. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to get a beacon today, or even a wither skeleton skull. The random world generation does not appear to be on our side today. Oh, 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 big lag spike. Okay, okay, okay. We'll land over here. I think we're gonna have to chill out for a second and let our game catch up to us. Well, everybody, I think this might be where I call it for the day. I'm in the nether. I didn't find what I wanted, and I'm actually getting a little freaked out, and I want to kind of give my Minecraft game a minute to catch up so that I don't lag and fall into lava and die. So, this has been... I've been Small Cats. This has been Superflat Hardcore. I hate the nether. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night.